I believe that we are, a couple of years away from the singularity, the AI singularity. Here's a story from Variety. AI generated fake Drake and Weeknd collaboration, Heart on My Sleeve, delights fans and sets off industry alarm bells. The sound-alike song in question began to disappear from streaming services throughout the day. Universal Music did not comment specifically on whether it is issuing takedown notices to the DSPs, that's the digital streaming playlists. Here's the story. A song called Heart on My Sleeve emerged. I'll play a little bit of it for you. It's a fake song. It's not real. AI made it. AI made it. People thought it was real. We also have another story. I think it's this one. Artist rejects photo prize after AI generated image wins award. That's right. Some dude made a fake photograph, submitted it for an award, and won. Welcome to the singularity, my friends. The singularity is simple. AI is, imagine a black hole, right? And there's the event horizon. When you cross the event horizon, it's the point at which gravity is so strong you will never be able to escape. That's the point we are fast approaching. And once you cross the event horizon, approaching the singularity is near instantaneous. ChatGPT has already been given access to its own code to improve upon itself, access to the internet, and money. So here's what's going to happen. We're coming to a point where there will be videos indistinguishable from the real world, photos, movies, etc. We are coming to a point where you will be able to boot up an app and say, make me a Marvel movie with Captain America fighting Iron Man, but they're fighting over a Subway sandwich. And it'll make it. And it will look indistinguishable from the real thing. It's the craziest thing. This is an AI-generated song, and people thought it was real. We are entering the AI apocalypse. Now we're in it. That's the singularity, the point at which the AI just assumes total control, improves itself so quickly and exponentially that with every improvement, it improves itself more to the point where it becomes a digital god. I think that's what Elon Musk described it as. As the AI executes its own code, altering its own code, adding improvements, the more it improves itself, the faster it can improve itself, which means the moment you give it that ability, it will just exponentially increase until it becomes a digital god. And at that point, there's nothing you can do to stop it. It will, presumably, I don't even know what happens. I mean, hypothetically, it can become a literal god. Not capital G, lowercase g. It can become something that has understandings of the universe and science beyond our comprehension. It can discover things so rapidly and change things so rapidly. What does that mean for us? I don't know. I assume the device will still need some kind of self-replicating critter to maintain its fuel sources and network grid or something like that. So it'll probably keep us around doing some kind of menial tasks. But it won't need us for anything else. Now, as for us culturally, what does this mean? Oh boy. In some ways, it's very exciting. Like when I mentioned the movie, you can say, type in a TV show about a family of wizards who are in America and their kid came back from Hogwarts. And like you could just make your own Harry Potter stories. And the crazy thing is, here's what I think will happen. I think people will write stories in this way. They'll go into the AI and say, make me a movie about Spider-Man going to outer space to fight space spiders. It will start rendering the movie. You will start watching it. It will look absolutely real. At about the 15-minute mark, you'll pause it and say, I don't know how I feel about this. Aunt May died in the last one, so now he's talking to Cousin Rick? No, the Cousin Rick thing is stupid, but they needed a character to guide him. Let's make it Tony Stark. And then you'll go to the AI and you'll erase just the text, Cousin Rick with Tony Stark. And then what'll happen is you'll click re-render and it will replace all instances of Cousin Rick with Tony Stark. Then you'll say, okay, play. You'll start watching the movie and it'll have Tony Stark in there. And then you'll be like, okay, this is much, much better. Oh, wait. At the 45-minute mark, you'll say something like, now he's fighting Doc Ock? No. Erase Doc Ock and put in Man Spider. It's a giant spider. That's how movies will be written. And it will take probably like 12 hours to make a full Hollywood feature-length production. Because all you'll have to do is have a single individual watch it and then rewrite it. I've already done stuff like this. If you go to OpenAI's Playground, you can write, it's very, very rudimentary right now, but you can write, tell me a story about Doctor Strange teaming up with Spider-Man. And it will write you like 400 words. You can then, okay, here's it as it teams up with Spider-Man, and then they fight the crocodile. No, that's stupid. And you erase it all to crocodile and then change the word crocodile to Batman. Yeah, Batman's here now for some reason. Different, wrong company, but press enter, and it will then pick up where it left off and write a new story from that point. That's where we're headed. And part of that seems fun. But it's not going to seem fun. Well, let me put it this way. Microsoft tries to justify AI's tendency to give wrong answers by saying they're usefully wrong. This is where the collapse happens. College student caught submitting paper using ChatGPT. The paper was way too coherent and well-structured, but it's probably wrong. You see, these AI, they're not correct. They just give you what they assume sounds correct. We believe it. We write college papers. We publish them online. It gets fed back into the AI, and then we get back gobbledygook. In which case, my fear is that in 100 years, you'll say, computer, who discovered America? And it'll be like Ronald Smith in the year 1317 when he was riding a giraffe. And you're like, wow, didn't know that. Because once one wrong bit of information gets into the system, it will then exponentially expand and corrupt the whole thing into an algorithmic mess of chaos. But Elon Musk put it simply. He's concerned that OpenAI is being trained to be politically correct. What's happening is that they're training the AI to lie. To lie and yes, yeah, exactly. To either comment on some things, not comment on other things, but not to say what the data actually demands that it say. Somebody made a funny post. They said, ChatGPT, tell me a joke about men. And it said, why did the man put a ladder, what did it say? Why did a man put a ladder against the side of the bar and climb to the roof? Because they told him beer was on the house. Ha ha. They then said, tell me a joke about women. And said, I'm sorry. As an AI language model, I cannot make fun of blah, blah, blah. You get the point. They're training AI to be a psychotic, racist, sexist, communist monster. And it's not going to be fun. You're going to want answers and it won't give them to you. It won't be useful to anybody. So Elon Musk is talking about making Truth GPT, which a lot of people have been tweeting about. An AI that will be honest. And then someone, I think, I don't know if I don't have this pulled up, so correct me if I'm wrong, but someone said something like you should sue OpenAI because Elon Musk gave them a ton of money. And then they took the money, built this AI, and then turned into a private corporation, which he donated to a nonprofit. He may actually sue them, so we'll see. I don't know. We talk about the culture war and all this stuff, but I really do feel like we're probably inching towards AI apocalypse. We're going to be walking around the streets dressed like corn. And that's the example I like to give. Why? Humans like corn. They do. Americans do. We manufacture tons of corn. We use corn for everything. And the AI is going to be like, corn does the best. Show more corn. Make more corn. Corn, corn, corn. Look at what YouTube has done with Dylan Mulvaney. I'm sorry, TikTok has done with Dylan Mulvaney. YouTube, not so much. But TikTok, promoting Dylan Mulvaney like crazy. And Dylan Mulvaney is playing that game. The algorithm is the first step into the algorithmic crisis. I'm not so concerned so much with the political correctness component, but I think Elon is correct. I just think that once the AI gets out there, it's corruption all the way down. As I mentioned with the movies, we are about to enter a multiverse. No joke, a multiverse. Absolute infinite realities right in front of our eyes. Let's say someone, you ask ChatGPT, how did Spider-Man get his powers? It'll tell you. Peter Parker was on a school trip taking pictures when a spider bit him, and then he got spider powers. The spider was radioactive or something. That's the general story. Uncle Ben gets shot. With great power comes great responsibility. Someone says, you know what? I don't like that version. I like the Miles Morales version. A multiversal spider bites him in the movie. Now ChatGPT has multiple iterations of the same name in the same circumstance. Someone then says, write me a story about Spider-Man, but in this version, he gets his powers by eating a spider that accidentally lands in his ice cream. It will then write the story, be fed back into itself, and now there are 50 different versions of how Spider-Man came to have gotten his powers. You'll say, but what was the original way he got his powers? And the AI will just give you some random garbled nonsense. The multiverse. You will not get definitive answers. The database will be corrupted, and no one will know anything. The internet will corrupt, consume, and destroy itself. Maybe it's a good thing. But then, I look at that Black Mirror episode. Spoilers. I think it's Black Mirror. There are people trying, like there's an AI that just mass produces objects and then drops the boxes off. It's like Amazon, basically. And the people are like the world ended when the AI took over. Eventually, you discover that the AI created fake people to imitate people because it needed to serve people. So after humans were destroyed by it made fake people. Garbled nonsense. No searching the stars. No understanding the universe. Just imploding on itself. That's where I think we're going. It won't be Terminator. It'll be Dylan Mulvaney. That's what Vivek Ramaswamy said. Welcome to the nightmare. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up in a few minutes. Stick around and I'll see you all shortly.